Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Salutations to the whole for elect, you guys may be saved. And hopefully through the grace of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, you may be sealed. This is your brother Marco Warrior from the branch of Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you another lesson. And man, this is gonna be topic of this is gonna be, man, we gotta walk uprightly. Being in this truth. Even though we live in the world, and we supposed to use the world and don't abuse it, we still have to walk uprightly, bro. We gotta walk. We have to hold ourselves to a standard. Even though the rest of the world is doing their thing, they didn't folly and wickedness, we still have to walk uprightly, even being in this present evil world. It's gonna be a quick little lesson. I got a couple precepts, Lord willing, this is edifying. This is Isaiah 33 and 15. He that walketh uprightly and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the gain of oppression, that shaketh his hands from holding of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. So a man that, if we supposed to walk after, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we supposed to walk after the Lord and walk after his ways. We supposed to first off despise, the gain of oppressors. We ain't supposed to have these people get over on us. And we ain't supposed to let, we can't turn into sellouts, man. Like these other, unlike these other camps, that make millions of dollars, parading around that they Hebrew Israelites, but they don't speak the spirit of prophecy, and they sold out for the bag. We not supposed to do that, man. In verse 16, he shall dwell on high. His place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him. His water shall be sure. So, hey, we going to have that defense. We going to have that covering of the Lord, from walking uprightly. And you see it, in your day-to-day, man. It be sometimes, stuff happens and stuff happens around you. But everything that, like a lot of bad shit happens around you and you be like, damn, that could have been me. But, the Lord covering you, it be so, you don't know how the Lord works, man. The Lord be doing so much stuff like around you like that, it's like a whole shield around you, having a bubble around you. You don't see it, but the whole time it's the Lord's doing, man. And we gotta walk uprightly. That's our, that's a part of this walk, and we have to be different from the rest of the world. Like the rest of the world has to see us and be like, damn, it's something different about the way you move, man. The way the way we are as a people, man. And this is Psalms 34 and 17. I'm gonna start at 15. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry, man. So the Lord is only hearing out from the elect, man, the ones that sighing and crying in this present evil world, the ones that's looking, to seek that new heaven and new earth, man. The ones that's want to seek mercy, man. Because these people don't seek mercy. These people don't care, about these people don't care about being forgiven. These people don't they don't walk meek. It says the meek shall inherit the earth. Because why are we meek? Because we know what we did. We know we fucked up, and we know we want to get back in that light, man. This verse 16. The face of the Lord Yahweh is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth, man. And the Lord, that's what the Lord coming back to do. He's not coming back. He's coming back not only to save us, right, and deliver us, but also to bring judgment upon the wicked and the evil, man. And how you gonna receive that mercy if in your day to day, man, you not walking uprightly, you not representing Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Even if even if the 2/3 and the heathens don't know who the Lord is, they need to know that you different, man. They need to know that you even though they don't know you serve the Lord, but they need to know that you're a different person, man. They need to know like there's something different about this person right here. You gotta, I'm gonna say aura, but like you got a different glow, so to speak, man. This verse 17, the righteous cry and the Lord Yahweh heareth and delivered them out of their troubles, man. So even the stuff that we do, we dealing with, bros be going through stuff and they be going through hell, man, going through trials and tribulations. Hey, man, we gotta cry and we gotta cry to the Lord and pray to the Lord, and the Lord gonna deliver us. That's what we always gotta remember, man, because it does get hard. It does get tough, man. A lot of things can happen at once. You can lose your job, you lose a woman, your woman. You can lose some, you can lose a lot of, so your money. You can lose your house. You can lose everything, man. But you gotta remember that the Lord is with you, and He gonna get you out of that jam. It's been times with me. It's been times, with accounts with a whole bunch of bros. That I be hearing their testimonies, and the one thing the one thing that comes out of it is, the Lord always gets them through it, man. But you have to take it cheerfully and keep going. That be the thing that I always see, man. Bros take they take they lot cheerfully and keep going, because that's all you can do. A lot of other that's what makes us the difference from the wicked, man, because they can't you take the heat, so to speak. Once stuff gets tough, a lot of shit, especially people that got a lot of demons on them, they be ready to just crash out, off themselves, all type of stuff, all because things get hard, man. you know all because things get tough for them and things get rough. And what's crazy, man, it's gonna be a lot of people offering themselves, man, because it's gonna get real rough out here in that day, because they don't got that covering, and they ain't been walking uprightly, and the Lord not dealing with them, man. It's Matthew 5:6. Blessed are they that do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy, man. I can keep going, but you know what? I'm gonna end it at verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High. So yeah, we gotta be. The Lord is gonna bless not only the ones that thirst for this truth, that thirst for righteousness. The ones that didn't fall out and went back into the world, but also the ones that want mercy, man, because that's the first. That's the first and foremost thing we really want, man. The kingdom is a bonus, but shoot, I want to receive mercy, man. I'm trying to be saved. I ain't trying to get put to death like the rest of these niggas, man. They marking themselves, adding sin to sin, doing committing all acts of wickedness. The Lord finna jack them up. They don't know that they got a tab that the Lord is just racking up on them, man. Verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High, man. We trying to be found pure. We trying to be found righteous, man. Actually, I'm going to go to verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Because we going to be hated of the world, man. We going to be hated. The Lord was hated when he was on the earth. They put him to death. So we not no better than the Lord, man. So we gonna have to get, we gonna have to get put through that fire. We gonna have to bear that cross too, man. And that persecution is coming, man. We already being hated, and shoot, I could see it already, man. Cause I be I be looking at stuff on the comment board, especially bros comment boards, and it just be straight scoffers, just talking shit. It's only a matter of time before that shit be more in person. And you already know, if you're doing this truth, your family members gonna sell you out, all types of stuff, man. Friends. So just be prepared for all of that. I'm saying it so I can read, so it can, be a remembrance in my mind, man. Cause sometimes I forget, like, damn, like that shit can happen, like anything can happen, man. And you gotta, no matter what happens, man, you just, you gotta pray to the Lord, man, and pray that He'll get you out of it, cause that's the only way you can get through this. That's the only way you can go get through this walk, man. You need the Lord. You need to lean on Him for everything, man. You need to lean on Him for everything, cause the only way you gonna be saved is through the Lord. Now, how you gonna get through your day-to-day walk and walking uprightly is if you in the scriptures, and is if you seeking the Lord, man. This is 1 Peter 3:10. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that speak no guile. Let him eschew evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. So we ain't supposed to be seeking evil. And then this verse 12, for the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers, but the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. So the Lord is on, is listening and watching his righteous men. He's watching the righteous, the elect. and open to his prayers. That's how we gotta, be upright, man. Just praying to him, fasting, you know, being in his truth, keeping his commandments, you know, showing Israel their transgressions, and prophesying against, you know, this present evil world we live in. I'm gonna look up this word of true as true real quick, and it reads, to turn aside, man. We supposed to turn aside from evil, man. We supposed to turn aside from that, because we got to we supposed to be putting on that new body, man. You can't walk upright if you still doing evil. You got to turn away from that. That's supposed to be, that was supposed to be the old you, man. But this new you ain't supposed to be doing the same old shit you used to do when you was in the world, man. The same wicked things that you used to do, because we supposed to have that, be that new creature, and that, be transformed from the renewing of our minds, man. Actually, I'm finna, I'm gonna get that renewing of your mind. It's in, I know it's in Romans. Yeah, it's Romans 12:2. It's verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by mercy of the Most High, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. So, hey, man, for us, I only, we walking uprightly, but this is our reasonable service, to put our bodies as a living sacrifice, man, because we deserve way worse. But the Lord only requires us to, keep his commandments and serve him and preach the word. And, hey, the world ain't gonna like it, but it don't matter, man, because who would you rather be with? You rather be accepted by the world, or be among the Creator, man, who made these people. This verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, man. So you got to be transformed. Hearing this word is supposed to wash you every day. You supposed to get washed in the word every day. How you gonna be upright? How you gonna be right, upright and seek the Lord if you being in the world, or you not listening to bros, you not listening to the apostles and the elders. You can't do that if you do. If you listen to folly all day, if you listen to the bullshit, that's the only thing you gonna reap. That's the only thing that's gonna be think about that. That's the only thing that's gonna take up space in your mind, man. But you got to be in the word. You got to be in the doctrine, man. How you can't be a and I'm speaking for me first and foremost. You can't be just a hearer, but a doer as well. That's how you be transformed, man. You gotta be constantly in this word. You gotta be constantly feeding your spirit. You gotta constantly be putting your flesh in subjection. All these things, and it sounds easier than it looks, because it's about keeping the balance. But even sometimes you gonna fall out of line, but you just gotta realign yourself. And walking uprightly isn't I ain't gonna say it's a thing you gonna do 100% right. You might stumble, fall, but they say a just man fall 7 times, but get back up again. You gonna fuck up. Sure, I know I have. I know I fucked up a lot, man. I fucked up before the truth, in the truth. I might fuck up tomorrow, man. I'm probably gonna fuck up tomorrow, but I'm gonna keep going, man, because there ain't nothing for you in this world. There's nothing for you in this world. If you trying to live your best life and chase a bag and all that, this shit is dying. We see it. This shit is crumbling, man. You building up something only to fall. And the thing is, you ain't even gonna get to fully build it. You gonna lay the foundation just for that shit to blow up, man. It ain't gonna be it ain't no point in building nothing here. You can have your little fun here and there, but you shouldn't be occupied straight up in the world. And that's what get a lot of bros caught up. Bros get so caught up in the world, and they they be thinking they missing out. You not missing out on nothing, man. And the real thing is, you can still be, you can still have fun and be in the truth. People be thinking you can't have fun while you in the truth, man. Shit, my best times that I ever had in my life has been in the truth, man. The best times I ever had in my life has been in the truth, man. I ain't never had, I probably would have never experienced half the things I experienced if it wasn't for the truth, man. Like I don't, and that's different for some bro. Every brother different and got different experiences, but man, my best times that I ever had in my life has been when I've been in the truth, man. Walking uprightly with in the eyes of how about Shem Shai. And all my and I okay and I'll say it too. It's a balance. Some of my best times have been in the truth, but also some of my worst times have been in the truth, man. So it's a balance to it, man. I didn't have some great fun, amazing times, experiences that I hold dear, but also some of the worst, man. Some of the worst things, man. Some hard times definitely came with it. But that's the balance of it, man. You take the I ain't gonna say the good with the bad, but you gotta take the fun, you gotta take the happiness with the sadness, man, with the anger. You have to have both. You have to have both, man. It's not you can't avoid it. This Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord Yahweh, and in his law do he meditate day and night. So we supposed to be meditating, and we supposed to be praying to the Lord daily, and we supposed to be in this truth. We say we supposed to seek the Lord daily. Man, we was it in all ways acknowledge him. We supposed to acknowledge the Lord in every way, shape, or form. And the only way you gonna do that is if you constantly in His Word. Cause every experience, everything you see is I ain't gonna the best way I could put it is I ain't gonna say imitation of the scriptures, but you can date everything back to the scriptures. No matter what experiences, no matter what you see, it all goes back to the scriptures, man. Everything. So that's how you gotta be in the spirit, and that's how you gotta come, man. But yeah, you gonna have your, and I speak for me. I know some bros said, I ain't never asked bros, but I know they can say it too. They best times in the truth, and some of their worst times have probably been in the truth too, man. Cause it's a lonely walk, and it's not an easy walk. But everything ain't easy. Nothing in life is easy. Nothing in life should be easy. So would you rather deal with, would you rather go through this walk and receive that, and receive that mercy and receive that prize, or go through life and struggle and still be and still have it, hard, and at the end of that die? Your choice, man. I'm gonna end it right here, Lord. This is edifying. I'm gonna give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors into the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, you guys may be saved. And hopefully through the grace of Yahweh by Hashem Shai, you may be sealed. With that, I like to say, stay prayed up. We almost up out of here. Shalom.